Thanks for staying with us. All right, so we're still discussing this issue of being a wealthy person and feeling obligated to help your siblings. But you see, I want to see it from a different angle because I was watching a video of an American woman. I can't remember her name. She's wealthy and she was crying because she bought houses for her mother, 2 cars for her mother, and her father 1 car. Her sister, she got them a house. You know, she did so much, and right now they've turned her to be the enemy. Now they all hate her for one thing or the other, and she was really depressed and crying. And then it got me thinking that it's not so much about the receiver of the help. It's more about those of us who are rich, or the billionaire who is a rich person. Because if you're a rich person, do you think it is right for you to just help and buy a house, or I bought you a car, or I gave you some $30,000 to start a business? I gave you, is that the way to help people? If you really want to empower people, how best do we empower people? Is it about educating? Because if I was your sister, for example, you seeking knowledge and you're growing, what I'll probably expect for you to do is not just give me, because if you give me money, I'll spend it to be finished. But you probably teach me some of the tools you're learning, and you're taking me along to your classes, you're taking me along, you're empowering me, observing me, seeing my own strengths. I say, okay, why don't you start this? And then you support me in that way. That might be more long-lasting than just coming to give up, because many of us are so used to let me just give you $100,000, just leave me alone. Because we don't want that problem, because they will finish the money. So the problem sometimes is not always about the receiver, because they are in that state of mind to just receive.
I get
but you, the giver, shouldn't you do better in giving what is actually right, not just the material things?
Okay.
You think?
So I think you're putting so much onus and burden on the giver. It's bad enough that I have.
You're the one that have money.
Let me
now.
land now. I've gone to work hard to use this my brain to everything that's happened. I finally gotten the money. Then I want to give you. You're still putting on the burden of your own life, your own brain on top of me. Why? Is it not wickedness? Do you know the burden of being rich and sustaining that richness and that wealth? It's not easy. See, there should be burden on the receiver, in the sense that if I have a wealthy sibling, I know that when we talk about cultural expectations that I should receive, right? I receive. I should also serve. Servitude is important. Who takes care of this rich sibling? Who caters to this rich sibling? Their mental health.
Trust you?
Can they trust you? Their mental health. Who is around them? Are they strangers? Are strangers doing better than the siblings? Are supposed to be there to be a wall of protection, a shield of protection, confidence around their so-called money that they want to eat from. Then if I'm a receiver, I should not know what do I want to do with my life. I should be the one when my brother or my sister says, so Amaka, what's your plan for 2025? I say, see my list. I think I would like to go to Harvard. And it's to be I should want to be better.
I have Susan. Oh, we lost Susan. I'm so sorry. Let me let you be quiet.
I will want to be better for myself through the connection I have, not to put a burden
but
on
I hear
another
you.
person.
I hear the part of the burden.
And gifting your sibling. There's nothing wrong in giving big gifts if you can afford it, because someone, see, Maria, for someone to bring out 10,000 naira.
Irresponsible sometimes, because I just dash you money. For me, I just feel like, there's more where it came from. For you to give me that, there's more where it came from. So I will not be responsible to multiply that money.
There's a school of thought that you are speaking to. Some people find it easier to just give money to avoid the headache.
Yes.
I don't have time to sit down and be explaining plenty English to you.
Or showing you how I made my money.
Oh, you need help. You want to pay school fees. All right, I pay the school fees. I move on. However, I think it's extremely important that people take responsibility for their life.
Exactly.
Your brother is rich, he worked for his money, work for your own. Your sister is rich, she worked for her money, work for your own. Go and meet them to ask for advice on how you can better your own life. Not to expect that they owe you your own growth. They owe you success because they've achieved success. So I was having a conversation just yesterday with someone, and the person was telling me how he brought a boy he knew growing up. He brought the boy into a bank. He's the regional manager. I mean, like, he wanted to bring the guy to be like the manager of the zone. And he brought the boy, put him as an assistant. And he said the guy did not work. He couldn't fire the guy based on incompetence because he gave the guy every transaction for a full year. I was the one working for you, just manage it, and the guy will not manage well. The guy, bad character, he will owe money. They will come and meet him, he will pay the debts. I have given you work. I am paying your debts. I am doing your work for you, getting you customers to your branch. So After 2 years, he was ready to fire the guy, and he could not even fire him because, according to everybody in the office, so he's bringing in the numbers, but he wasn't the one doing any of the work. Yeah, he was the one doing the work for him. So he had to fire him based on bad character. Yeah. Somebody will not sit there in one corner and say, your uncle just fired you from a bank. How can your uncle fire you? Do you know the incompetence of what the guy was doing? See, heaven help those who help themselves. It's not a Bible scripture, it's not a Bible word, but we must help ourselves. Stop blaming somebody for not helping you and taking your life. Be smart. We all have a brain. We all have 24 hours. Make your hours count.
Let me take Susan. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Hello.
Good morning, Susan.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, our big mommies. Good morning.
We're not big mommy, we're chicks here. What's
Big
mommy here?
Very, very beautiful. First time
caller.
caller. Yes, firstly, the volume of your TV is low. So we are not getting the normal voice out. Please help us to increase the volume. So, and the family should not be generalized on if they have helped one person and the others are still there. They should not generalize that that one did not make.
I'm sorry, Susan,
I
can't hear you. I
so
sincerely apologize. Maybe they can hear you at home.
Cannot do better.
We can't hear you here in the
try
studio.
and help each other on their different fields and follow them home. That is what I like to contribute to it.
Thank you so much.
They're telling me to tell them that I can't say that on TV.
Yeah, so, yes, Tope, I agree with you. I agree with everything you have said. But there are some siblings that are very slow in the family. You need to recognize that. And those siblings are people that you can actually help. I can help my siblings to the extent that, okay, come, what kind of business do you want to do? I can assist. I don't mind. I'll keep pumping the money until the person gets to their feet and be able to take care of themselves. I'll get frustrated, but I'll expect that you people, I will also recognize that there are some that are very slow. But I know that you get there because I know that there are a lot of people. Okay, I know of a family. She's very slow. The mother, the siblings, they help.
Is it as you are doing your work, as you are doing oil, going to find kilishi, going to do, is it
my sibling, my sister, my brother.
As you are doing this, your work, I know how you work.
Yes.
You are manufacturing, you are bringing in the oil. Is it between now and that you're not telling somebody, okay, so this is your business, and you explain it over and over again. When will you have time to continue to sustain the money you are giving that person?
Okay, so but you know, okay, how do I now stop? How do I now stop? Okay, for example, my sibling. How do I now stop her from coming to me all the time? I'm going to sacrifice my time, my energy.
Where do we draw the line? That's really the conversation. Where do we draw? Because nobody's saying you shouldn't help. Because people will help. But my question is, where do you draw the line, number one? Number two, what kind of help should we be offering? Because sometimes it's always easy to just say, take and go. But the truth is, sometimes that headache you don't want to have, it's important for you to have that headache. Because somehow somebody helped you to get the money you are saying I have. Somebody lifted your hand to get to that point. So they also need you not to just give me money. Give me 100,000 naira. Just no. Help me, educate me. If you're going to send me to school to learn a few things, take a few courses, pay the course for me, then review with me. I'll come back. Really help me as you were mentored in your own business. So I'm saying that the giver also should take equal responsibility in this.
Successful siblings should mentor their younger ones.
Should be, yes.
That's
should
what
mentor.
saying.
And they should take that. They shouldn't. It's not about the.
So remember, I talked about family dynamics, right? And depending on how you are raised. The way I was raised, yes, the way I was raised with my siblings, I cannot, like you said, I cannot leave my sibling. As I'm going in this life, my siblings, all of us, we are carrying one another. We are carrying till the end. Because of how we are raised, because of how close we are. We do everything together. We talk every day, no matter how busy our days are. So I cannot go without my brother, without my sister. That's my dynamic, right? Yes. But another person's dynamic might be entirely different.
You're absolutely correct.
So you're talking about
and I might be, yes, parenting, and I might have a dynamic that, supposing that we're competitive, I'll not bring you to my business. You now come and take the food from my mouth, I take the bakery, take the bread. People do it.
Somebody said something that was really profound. Said that people don't want what you give them; they want what you have.
Yes.
So it's more of like, yeah, you're giving me stuff, but it's your everything that you are made, you are is what you want.
Beyond even siblings, friends. Some friends, they be like, I want your husband, I want your children, I want your life, and some go and get that life. They kill the person to get it. So I love what you said about family dynamics. Now I'm an only child, but with my children, I understand, like the way I drum. I was so happy on this trip because I saw my first son step into leadership on a very, very, like he was, because he knows that his younger brother, his twin brother will not eat. And he did not eat. It was like, Samuel, don't eat the food. Let's ensure the other person. And it's something I've been saying over and over again. Do not be selfish. Everything must be shared equally. As a parent, you owe it to build a family of united children that one person will not leave the other behind. Everything must be shared with equity so that you don't have future children that are now becoming competing against one another.
Good morning, Alfonso. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Oh, we lost it. Yeah,
we lost that one.
So I love that statement so that we can also correct in future, because sometimes what has happened now is some families have already been broken. And so it now depends on. So I wrote down something. I said, the way God has wired us, and I will have to, based on my faith, we are blessed to be a blessing. My church says it over and over again. Nobody around you should go to bed hungry. So that for me is, when you say what's the minimum? The minimum is no family member. If you are sitting down in your house, you can eat chicken and eat food, and you have a family member that does not have food to eat in the house, you're a wicked person.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.